Let fame, too loud, it was too loud. Let fame that all hunt after in their lives live registered upon our brazen tombs, and grace us in the disgrace of death, when spite of cormorant devouring time, the endeavor of this present breath may by that honor, which shall bait its sight's keen edge, and make us heirs of all eternity.
Yeah!
Yes! Therefore, brave conquerors, for so you are that war against your own affections, and the huge army of the world's desires, our late edict shall strongly stand in force. Navarre shall be the wonder of the world, our court a little Academe, still and contemplative in living art. You three, soldiers, Berowne, Dumaine, Longaville, have sworn for 3 years' term to live with me, my fellow scholars, and keep these statutes that are recorded in this schedule here. Your oaths are passed, and now subscribe your names, that their own hand may strike their honor down that violates the smallest branch herein.
I am resolved. 'Tis but a 3 years' fast. The mind shall banquet though the body pine. Dainty bits make rich the ribs, but bankrupt quite the wits.
My loving lords, Dumaine is mortified. The grosser manner of these world's delights she throws upon the gross world's baser cravens. To love, to wealth, to pomp, I pine and die with you, all living in philosophy.
I can but say their protestation over so much. Dear liege, I have already sworn, that is, to live and study here 3 years, but here there are more rules writ down, as not to see a lover in that term, and but 1 day in a week to touch no food, and 1 meal on every day besides, and then to sleep but 3 hours in the night. Oh, these barren tasks are too hard to keep. Not to see lovers, study fast, not sleep.
Your oaths are passed to pass away from these.
Let me say no, my liege, and if you please, I only swore to study with your grace and stay here at your court for 3 years' space.
You swore to that, Berowne, and to the rest.
By yea and nay, liege, then I swore in jest. What's the end of study? Let me know.
That which to know, which else we do not know.
Things hid and barred, you mean, from common sense.
I that studies God like recompense.
Come on, then. I will swear to study so, to know the thing I am, forbid to know as thus, to study, where I well may dine, when I to feast expressly am forbid, or somewhere to meet some lover fight, when lovers from common sense are hid. If study's gain be thus, and this be so, study knows that which yet it does not know. Swear me to this, and I will ne'er say no.
These be the stops that hinder study quite, and train our intellects to vain delight.
Why, all delights are vain, and that most vain which with pain purchased does inherit pain. It's painfully to pore upon a book to seek the light of truth, while truth the while does falsely blind the eyesight of one's look. Small have continual plotters ever won, save base authorities from others' books. These earthly godfathers of heaven's lights that give a name to every fixed star have no more profit from their shining nights than those that walk and know not what they are.
How well he's read to reason against reading! Berowne is like the envious sneaping frost that bites the firstborn infants of the spring.
Well, say I am. Why should proud summer boast before the birds have any cause to sing? So you, to study now, it is too late. Climb o'er the house to unlock the little gate.
Well, sit you out, Berowne. Go home. Adieu.
No. My good lady, I have sworn to stay with you. Give me the paper. Let me read the same, and to the strictest decrees I'll write my name.
How well this yielding rescues thee from shame.
Item, that no woman shall come within a mile of my court. Has this been proclaimed?
4 days ago.
Let's see, the penalty. on pain of losing her tongue. Who devised this penalty?
Mary, that did I.
Sweet Lord, and why?
To bring them hence with that dread penalty.
And item, if anyone be seen to talk with a woman within the term of 3 years, they shall endure such public humiliation as the rest of the court can possible devise. These articles, my liege, yourself must break, for well you know, here comes an embassy, the French king's daughter, with yourself to speak about surrender up of Aquitaine to her decrepit, sick, and bedrid father.
Why, this is quite forgot. We must of force dispense with this decree. She must lie here on mere necessity.
Necessity will make us all forsworn 3,000 times within this 3-year space. If I break faith, this word shall speak for me. I am forsworn on mere necessity. So, to the laws at large I write my name, and they that break them in the least degree stand in attainder of eternal shame. Suggestions are to others as to me, but I believe, although I seem so loath, I am the last that will last keep their oath. Let's go.
Me. 20?
But is there no quick recreation granted?
Aye, that there is. Our court, you know, is haunted by one refined traveler, this child of fancy that Armado hides. A man of compliments whom right and wrong have chose as the umpire of their mutiny, one who the music of his own vain tongue does ravish like enchanting harmony. How you delight, dear lords, I know not I, but I protest, I love to hear him lie.
Armado is a most illustrious wight, a man of fire new words, fashion's own knight.
To start the swain, and he shall be our sport. And so to study 3 years is but short.
Oh.
Which one of you is the Duke's own person? I myself reprehend her person, for I am her Grace's Farborough, but I would see her own person in flesh and blood.
This is she.
Ah! Signor... commend you. There is villainy abroad.
Sir, the contents are others touching me.
A letter from the magnificent Armado.
Oh, yes. How low soever the matter, I hope in God for high words.
Oh, I hope for a low heaven. God grant us patience.
To hear or forbear hearing?
Sir, the matter is to me, sir, as concerning one Jaquenetta. I was seen with her, sitting upon the form and taken, following her into the park.
Great deputy, the Welkin's vicegerent, sole dominator of Navarre, my soul's, earth's god, and body's fostering patron.
Not a word at the start yet?
Peace.
Be and every man that dares not fight.
No words.
Of other men's secrets, I beseech.
So it is, besieged with sable-colored melancholy, I did commend that black, oppressing humor to the most wholesome physic of thy health-giving air, and, as I am a gentleman, betook myself to walk. Then, for the place where I did encounter that obscene and most preposterous event, which draweth from my snow-white pen the ebon-colored ink, which here thou viewest, beholdest, surveyest, or seest. There did I see that low-spirited swain,
Me.
that base minnow of thy mirth,
Me.
that unlettered, small-knowing soul,
Still me.
that shallow vessel,
Me.
which, as I remember, hight Costard,
Oh, me.
sordid and consorted, contrary to thy established proclaimed edict and continent canon with
With the wench! Am I right? Am I right? Let's go! Let's go!
with a child of our grandmother Eve, or, for thy more sweet understanding, with a woman. The swain, I, as my ever-esteemed duty pricks me on, have sent to thee to receive the meed of punishment by thy sweet grace's officer, Anthony Dahl.
Me! And shall please you, I am Anthony Dahl.
For Jaquenetta, so is the woman called, which I apprehended with the aforesaid swain. I keep her as a vessel of thy law's fury, and shall, given the least of thy sweet notice, bring us to trial. Thine, in all compliments of devoted and heart-burning heat of duty, Don Adriano de Armado.
This is not so well as I looked for, but the best that ever I heard.
Aye, the best for the worst.
But, Sirrah, what say you to this?
Sir, I confess the wench.
Did you hear the proclamation?
I confess much of hearing it, but little of the marking of it.
It was proclaimed a year's imprisonment to be taken with a wench.
I was taken with none, sir. I was taken with a damsel.
Well, it was proclaimed damsel.
This was no damsel neither, sir. She was a virgin.
It is so very true, for it was proclaimed virgin.
If it were so, I deny her virginity. I was taken with the maid.
This maid will not serve your turn, sir.
This maid did serve my turn, sir.
Sir! I shall pronounce your sentence. You will fast a week with bran and water.
No! I'd rather pray a month on mutton and porridge.
And Don Armado shall be your chief.
No!
My Lord Berowne, see him delivered over, and go we lords to put in practice that which each to other hath so strongly sworn.
I'll lay my head to any good man's hat. These oaths and laws will prove an idle scorn. Sirrah, come on.
I suffer for the truth, sir. For true, it was I who was taken with Jaquenetta, and Jaquenetta is a true girl. Therefore, welcome the sour cup of prosperity. Affliction will one day smile again, and until then, sit the down, sorrow.
We're looking for the bottle of wine. We left it here last night. Has anybody seen a bottle of wine? Bottle of wine. Bottle of wine. Has anybody seen? No, I'm looking for my wine. Oh. Anybody seen a bottle of wine? Okay, useless half of the audience. Has anybody over here seen a bottle of wine? Bottle of wine, bottle of wine.
No already.
Oh, boy, what sign is it when a man of great spirit grows melancholy?
A great sign, sir, that they will look sad.
Sadness is one and the self-same thing, dear imp.
No, oh Lord, sir, no.
How can thou thus part sadness and melancholy, my tender juvenile?
By a familiar demonstration of the working!
Oh, thank God.
My tough senor.
Why tough senor? Why tough senor?
Why tender juvenile? Why tender juvenile?
I spoke it, tender juvenile, as a congruent epithon appertaining to thy young days, which we may nominate tender.
And I, tough senor, as an appurtenant title to your old time, which we may name tough.
Pretty and apt.
How mean you? I pretty, and my saying apt, or I apt and my saying pretty?
Thou pretty because little.
Little pretty?
Oh my.
Because little?
I say thou art quick in answers. Thou heat'st my blood.
I am answered, sir.
I love not to be crossed.
He speaks the mere contrary, crosses love not him.
Oh, I have promised to study 3 years with the Duke!
You may do it in an hour.
Impossible.
You are a gentleman and a gamester.
I confess both. Both are the varnish of a complete man.
Then I assume you know how much the gross sum of deuce ace amounts to.
Oh, it doth amount to 1 more than 2.
Which the base vulgar do call 3.
Oh, true.
Why is this such a piece of study? Here is 3, studied aerial thrice wink, and how easy it is to put years to the word 3 and study 3 years in 2 words.
True, a most fine figure. Oh, I will hereupon confess, I am in love. And as its base for a soldier to love, so am I in love with a base wench.
Oh.
If drawing my sword against the humor of affection would deliver me from the reprobate thought of it, I would take desire prisoner and ransom him to any French courtier for a new devised curtsy. Methink scorn to sigh. Methink I should outswear Cupid. Boy, I tell you, I do love the country girl, Jaquenetta, that I took in the park with the rational hind Costard. Oh, she deserves well.
To be whipped, and yet deserves a better love than my master.
Sing, my spirit grows heavy in love.
And that's a great marvel, loving a light wind.
Sir,
Ah,
the Duke's pleasure is that you keep the Costard safe, and you must suffer them to... Hold on. Oh, take delight nor no penance, but he must fast 3 days a week. For this damsel I must keep her at the park. Fare you well.
I do betray myself with blushing. Maid!
Yes?
I'll visit thee at the lodge.
That's hereby.
I know well where it is situate.
Lord, how wise you are.
Oh, and I shall tell thee wonders.
With that face?
Oh, I love thee.
So I heard you say.
Oh! And so farewell.
Fair weather after you.
Come, Jaquenetta, away.
Villain! Thou shalt fast ere thou be pardoned.
Wow! I hope when I do it, it shall be on a full stomach.
Well, thou shalt be heavily punished.
Wow! I'm more bound to you than your fellows, for they are but lightly rewarded.
Take this villain away. Shut him up.
Let me not be pent up, I will fast being loose.
No, sir, that were fast and loose. Thou shalt to prison.
Well, if ever I do see the merry days of desolation I have seen, some shall see.
I do affect the very ground which is base, whereby her shoe, which is baser, guided by her foot, which is basest, doth tread. Oh, I shall be forsworn, which is a great argument of falsehood, if I love. And how can it be true love that is falsely attempted? Oh, love is a familiar. Love is a devil. There is no evil angel but love. Adieu, valor! Rust, rapier, be still, drum, for your manager is in love. Yea, I love it! Assist me, some extemporal god of rhyme, for I am sure I will turn sonnet. Devise wit, write pen, for I am whole volumes in folio.
Now, madam, summon up your dearest spirit. Consider who the king your father sends, to whom he sends, and what's his embassy. Yourself held precious in the world's esteem, to parlayed with the sole inheritor of all perfections that a person may owe, matchless Navarre, the plebe of no less weight than Aquitaine, a dowry for a queen. Be now as prodigal of all dear grace as nature was, making graces dear, when she did starve the general rule besides, and prodigally bestowed them all on you.
Good Lord, Boyet, my beauty, though but mean, needs not the painted flourish of your praise. Beauty is bought by judgment of the eye, not uttered by base sale of chapmen's tongues. I'm less proud to hear you tell my worth than you much willing to be counted wise in spending your wit in the praise of mine. But now, to task the tasker, good Boyet. You were not ignorant, all telling faith. Does noise abroad Navarre have made a vow? Till painful study shall outwear 3 years, no guest may approach your silent court. Therefore, to seem it that a needful course before we enter her forbidden gates. Bold of your worthiness, and in her behalf, we summon you as our best moving fair solicit. Tell her the daughter of the King of France, on serious business, craving quick dispatch, and fortune's personal conference with her grace.
Proud of employment, willingly I go.
All pride is willing pride, and yours is so. Who are the other lords that are vow fellows of this virtuous queen?
Lord Longaville's one.
Know you Longaville?
Oh, I know him, madam. A man of sovereign parts, he is esteemed, well fitted in arts, glorious in arms. Nothing becomes him ill that he would well. The only soil of his fair virtue's gloss, if virtue's gloss can stain with any soil, is too sharp a wit matched with too blunt a will, whose edge hath power to cut, whose will still wills it should none spare that come within his power.
Oh, some merry mocking lord belike. Is it so?
They say so most, that most his humours know.
Such short-lived wits do wither as they grow. Who are the rest?
What? The young Dumaine, a well-accomplished youth. Of all that virtue love, her virtue loved, most power to do most harm, least knowing ill. For she hath wit to make an ill, shape good, and shape to win grace. Though she had no wit. I saw her at the Danylyszyn once, and much too little of that good I saw is my report of her great worthiness.
Another of these students was there with her at the time, if I've heard it true.
Oh?
Berowne, they call him, but a merrier man within a limit of being mirth. I never spent an hour's talk with all.
Oh, God bless my ladies. Are they so in love that everyone her own hath garnished with such bedecking ornaments of praise?
Oh, here comes Boyet.
Navarre has notice of your fair approach, and this much I have learned. She rather means to lodge you in the field, like one that comes here to besiege her court, than seek a dispensation of her oath to let you enter her unpeopled house. Oh, here comes Navarre!
Fair princess, welcome to the court of Navarre.
Fair, I give you back again, and welcome I am not yet. The roof of this court is too high to be yours, and welcome to the wide fields too base to be mine.
You shall be welcome, madam, to my court.
I will be welcome then. Conduct me thither.
Hear me, dear lady, I have sworn an oath.
Our Lady help Navarre shall be forsworn.
Not for the world, madam. By my will.
Why, yet will shall bring will and nothing else.
Your ladyship is ignorant what it is.
Were Navarre so, her ignorance or wise, were thou the knowledge is her ignorance. If here your grace had sworn out houses, yet we sin to keep that oath, lady, and sin to break it. Vouchsafe to me the purpose of my liquor, and suddenly resolve me my suit.
Madam, my will is suddenly I may.
Well, the sooner that I were away, for you'll prove perjured if you make me stay.
I dance with you in Brabant once?
Did not I dance with you in Brabant once?
I know you did.
How needless was it then to ask the question?
Oh, you must not be so quick.
'Tis long of you that spurs me with such questions.
Your wit's too hot. Speed's too fast. Twill tire.
Not to leave the rider in the mire.
Lady, I will commend you to my own heart.
I pray you, do your accommodations. I would be glad to see it.
I would you heard it groan.
Is the fool sick?
Sick at the heart. Now fair befall your mask,
Fair fall the face it covers.
and send you many lovers.
Amen. And so you be none.
Nay. Then will I be gone?
Madam, your father here does intimate the payment of 100,000 crowns. That being but one half of an entire sum disbursed by my father in his wars. But, being as neither of us have received that sum, there remains unpaid 100,000 more, in surety of which one part of Aquitaine is bound to us, although not valued at the money's worth. If then the king your father would restore that one half which is unsatisfied, we'll give up our right to Aquitaine and hold fair friendship with his majesty. But that it seems he little purposeth, for here he does demand to have repaid 100,000 crowns, and not demands on payment of 100,000 crowns to have his title live in Aquitaine. Fair princess, were not his request so far from reason's yielding, your fair self should make a yielding against some reason in my breast, and go well satisfied to France again.
Do the king my father too much wrong, and wrong the reputation of your name, in so unseeming to confess receipt of that which had so faithfully been paid.
I protest I never heard of it, and if you prove it, I'll repay it back, or yield it back to you.
We arrest your work. Boyet, you can produce acquittances for such a sum from special officers of Charles her father.
Satisfy me, son.
So please your grace, the packet is not come. Tomorrow you shall have sight of it.
It shall suffice me, at which interview all liberal reason will I yield unto. Meantime, receive such welcome as honor at my hand without breach of honor, may make tender of to thy true worthiness. You may not come, fair princess, within my gates, but here without you shall be so received as you shall deem yourself locked into my heart. Though so deny fair harbor in my house. Your own good thoughts excuse me, and farewell. Tomorrow we shall visit you again.
Sweet health and fair desires consort you.
Thy own wish I thee in everything.
Sir, I pray you, a word.
What lady is that same?
The heir of Allenson, Katherine her name.
A gallant lady, monsieur. Fare you well.
I beseech you a word. What is she in light?
A woman sometimes, and you saw her in the light.
Perchance light in the light, I desire her name.
She hath but one for herself, to desire that were a shame.
God's blessing on your beard!
Good sir, be not offended. She is called Mariah.
She is most sweetly.
Not unlike, sir, that may be.
What's her name in the cap?
Rosaline, my good hat.
Is she wedded or no?
To her will, sir, or no?
You are welcome, sir. Adieu.
Farewell to me, sir, and welcome to you.
That last is Berowne, the merry madcap lord. Not a word with them, but a jest.
And every jest but a word.
It was well done of you to take them at their word.
I was as willing to grapple as they were to board.
Oh, two hot sheeps, Mary.
And wherefore not ships, no sheep, sweet lamb, let me feed on your lips.
You sheep, and we pasture. Shall that finish the jest?
So you grant pasture for me?
My lips are no common, though several they be.
Belonging to whom?
To my fortunes and me.
Good wits will be jangling, but gentles agree. The Civil War wits were much better used on Navarre and her bookmen, for here 'tis abused.
If my observation, which very seldom lies, deceive me not now, Navarre is infected.
With what?
With that which we lovers do call affected.
Reason.
Why, all her behaviors did make her retire to the court of her eye-peeping thorough desire. Her heart like an agate with your print impressed, proud with her form and her eye pride expressed. Her tongue, all impatient to speak and not see, did stumble with haste to her eyesight to be. All senses to that sense did make their repair to feel, only looking on fairest of fair. I'll give you Aquitaine, and all that is hers, if you give her for my sake but one loving kiss.
Come to our tent once we've actually assembled it. Boyet is disposed.
But to speak that in words which her eye hath disclosed. I only have made a mouth of her eye by adding a tongue which I know will not lie.
Thou art an old love-monger and speaks skillfully.
Oh, thou art Cupid's grandmother and learns news of them.
Then was Venus like their mother, for their father was but grim.
Do you hear, my bad wenches?
No.
What then do you see?
Aye, our way to be gone.
You are too hard for me.
Katherine.
When did we get a new tent?
Master, will you win your love with a French girl?
Well, what meanest thou? Brawling in French?
No, my complete master. But to jig off a tune at the tongue's end, canary to it with your feet, humor it with turning up your eyelids, sigh a note and sing a note, sometimes through the throat as if you swallowed love with singing love, sometimes through the nose as if you snuffed up love with smelling love. These are compliments. These are humors. These betray nice wenches that would be betrayed without these, and make them men of note. Do you note me?
I know you.
That most are affected to these.
Wait, how hast thou purchased this experience?
By my penny of observation. The hobby horses forgot.
Callest thou my love hobby horse?
No, master. The hobby horse is but a colt, and your love perhaps a hackney. But have you forgot your love?
Most I had.
Negligent student? Learn her by heart.
The by heart and in heart, good boy.
And out of heart, master. All these three I will prove.
Wait, what will you prove?
A man if I live. And this. By, in, and without, upon the instant. By heart you love her, because your heart cannot come by her. In heart you love her, because your heart is in love with her. And out of heart you love her, being out of heart that you cannot enjoy her.
I am all three of these things. Fetch hither the swain. I must employ him in a letter to my love.
Message well sympathized. A horse to be ambassador for an ass!
What sayest thou?
Marry, sir, you must send the ass upon the horse, for he is very slow-gated. But I go.
Most rude, melancholy valor gives thee place. No, Armado.
A wonder, master. Here's a Costard broken in a shin.
But tell me, how was there a Costard broken in a shin? Some enigma, some riddle.
I will tell you sensibly.
That was
What do you get when
I shall speak that riddle. I, Costard, running out that was safely within, fell over the threshold and broke my shin.
Oh!
We will talk no more of this.
Should there be no more water in the shin?
Sirrah Costard, I will enfranchise thee.
Oh, marrying me when it's Francis. I smell some goose in this.
By my sweet soul, I mean setting thee at liberty. And freedoming thy person? Thou wert immured, restrained, captivated? Bound?
Oh, true. And you will be my purgation and let me loose.
I give thee thy liberty, set thee from durance, and in lieu thereof impose upon thee nothing but this. Bear this significant to the country maid Jaquenetta. Here is remuneration for thy pains, for the best ward of my honor is the reward of my dependence. Boop. Moth, follow.
Jesus!
Moth! We've talked about this.
Now I will look to his remuneration. Remuneration. Why, that's the Latin word for 3 farthings. 3 farthings, remuneration. What's the price of this, Inkle? 1 penny? No. I'll give you a... Can you say remuneration to me? Remuneration. Oh, yes! Yes, say it again.
Remuneration.
Oh! That's a fairer name than French crown! I will never buy and sell out of this word. Jesus!
My good knave Costard, exceedingly well met.
Pray you, sir, how much may a man buy for a remuneration? Oh!
What's a remuneration?
God be with you.
Stay! I must employ thee. As I will win my favor, do this one thing for me that I shall entreat.
When will you have it done, sir?
This afternoon?
Well, I will do it. Very well.
Why, villain! Thou must know first. The princess comes to hunt here in the park. In her train, there's a gentle lady. When tongues speak sweetly, then they name her name, and Rosaline, they call her. Ask for her, and to her hand, see thou do commend this sealed up counsel. There's my coin. Go!
Oh, sweet queen, I will do it, sir, in print. Very well!
And I, forsooth, in love. I that have been love's whip, a very beetle to a humorous sigh. This wimpled, whining, purblind, wayward boy, this Don Cupid, regent of love rhymes, lord of folded arms, the anointed sovereign of sighs and groans, dread prince of loiterers, king of codpieces. Ah, my little heart, and I to be a corporal of his field. What? I love wife. Nay, to be perjured, which is worst of all, and among three, to love the worst of all, a very wanton with a velvet brow with 2 pitch balls stuck in her face for eyes. Aye, and one that will do the deed, though Argus were her eunuch and her guard. And I, to sigh for her, to watch for her, to pray for her. Go to, it is a plague that Cupid will impose for my neglect of his almighty dreadful little might. Well, I will love, write, sigh, pray, sue, groan. Some men must love my lady, and some Joan.
Well, lords, today we shall have our dispatch. For Saturday, we will return to France.
Jesus Christ! God dig you dead! Oh, pray you, which is the head lady?
Thou shalt know her, fellow, by the rest that have no heads.
Are you not the chief woman?
What's your will, sir? What's your will?
I have one letter to Lord Berowne, to one Lady Rosaline.
He's a good friend of mine.
Good.
Stand aside, good bearer. Boyet! You can carve. I am bound to serve.
This letter is mistook, and it porteth none here. It is written to Jaquenetta.
Oh, we will read it, I swear. Break the neck of the wax, and everyone give ear.
No, you don't. By heaven, that thou art fair is most infallible. True that thou art beautiful, truth itself that thou art lovely. More fairer than fair, beautiful than beauteous, truer than truth itself hath commiseration on thy heroical vassal. It is said, Veni, Vidi, Vici, which to anathemize in the vulgar, I came, I saw, and overcame.
Twice in one night?
Shall I command thy love? I could. Shall I enforce thy love? I may. Shall I entreat thy love? I will. What shalt thou have for rags, robes, for titles, titles, for thyself, me? Thus expecting thy reply, I do profane my lips on thy foot, my eye on thy picture, and my heart on thy every part, thine in the dearest design of industry, Don Adriano de Armado. Oh, this Armado is a fool that keeps here in court, one that makes sport with the prince and her bookmates.
No. Now, fellow. A word. Who gave thee this letter?
I told you, my lord.
To whom shouldst thou give it?
I was to my lady.
From which lord to which lady?
To one Lord Berowne, a good master of mine, to one lady of France, and they call Rosaline.
Thou hast mistaken their letter. Here, sweet, put up this. 'Twill be thine another day.
By my soul, a swain, a most simple clown. Armado on the one side, a most dainty fellow to see him walk before a lady and to bear her fan. See her kiss her hand, and how sweetly he will swear, and his page on the other side, that handful of a wit. Oh heavens, this is a most pathetical name.
Expound on that. What does that even mean?
I said
Keep
the
going.
Peter was not a hard creto, 'twas a pricket.
Oh, twice sought simplicity, biscoctus! Oh, thou monster ignorance, how deformed dost thou look!
Sir, she hath never fed of the dainties that are bred in a book. She hath not eat paper, as it were. She hath not drunk ink. Her intellect is not replenished. thanks. For, as it would ill become me to be vain, indiscreet, or a fool, so were there a patch of unlearning to see her in a school. But, omni bene, say I, being of an old father's mind, many can brook the weather that love not the wind.
Oh.
Wow, you two are bookmen. Can you tell me by your wit what was a month old at Cain's birth that's not 5 weeks old as yet?
Ah, Jaquenetta. Good man, Dahl. Jaquenetta! Good man, Dahl!
What is Dick Tiny?
Title to Phoebe, to Luna, to the moon.
The moon was a month old when Adam was no more, and wrought not to 5 weeks when he came to 50. The illusion holds in the exchange.
Ah, 'tis true, the collusion holds in the exchange.
God comfort thy capacity, I say the illusion holds in the exchange.
A rare talent. If talent be a claw, look how she claws him with the talent.
Oh, this is a gift I have. Simple, a foolish, extravagant spirit full of forms, figures, shapes, objects, ideas, apprehensions, motions, revolutions. These are begot in the ventricle of memory, nourished in the womb of Pia Mater, and delivered upon the mellowing of experience. But the gift is good in those in whom it is acute, and I'm thankful for it.
Sir, I praise the Lord for you, and so may my parishioners. You are a good member of the Commonwealth.
Soul, saluteth us.
God give you good morrow, Master Person.
Master Person, a quasi-pierce one, and if one should be pierced, which is the one?
Okay. Good Master Person, I beseech you read me this letter. It was given to me by Don Armado to bear to Jaquenetta. I beseech you read it.
Oh. Good. Old Mantuan. Oh. I may speak of thee as the traveler speaks of Venice. Venetia. She non ti predi, non ti priscia. Old Mantuan, who understandeth thee not, loves thee not. Ut re sola mi fa. Under pardon, sir. What are the contents? Or as Horace says in his, let me hear a staff, a stanza, a verse. Lege Domine.
If love make me forsworn, how shall I swear to love? Ah, never faith could hold, if not to beauty vowed. Though to myself forsworn, to thee I'll faithful prove. Those thoughts to me were oaks, to thee like osiers bowed. Study his bias leaves, and makes his book thine eyes, where all the pleasures live that art would comprehend. Celestial as thou art, oh pardon love this wrong, that sings heaven's praise with such an earthly tongue.
But was this directed to the Damoiselle Virgin?
Aye, sir, one of Monsieur Berowne, one of the strange Queen's lords.
I will look on the signature. To the snow-white hand of the most beauteous Lady Rosaline. I will look again on the intellect of the letter for the nomination of the party writing to the person written unto. your ladyships in all desired employment, Berowne. Sir Nathaniel, this Berowne is one of the votaries with the Queen. Here they have framed a letter to a servant of the stranger Queen's, which accidentally, or by way of progression, hath been miscarried.
Who did that?
Trip and go, my sweet. Deliver this paper to the royal hand of the Queen. It may concern much. Say not thy compliments. I forgive thy duty. Adieu.
Sir, God save your life! I have to stop running.
Sir, you have done this in the fear of God very religiously, and as a certain father saith.
Oh, sir, tell me not of the father. I do fear colorable colors. But to return to the verses, did they please you, Sir Nathaniel?
Marvelous well for the pen.
I do dine today at the father's of a certain pupil of mine, where, if before repast, it should please you to gratify the table with a grace. And then I will prove these verses to be most unlearned, neither savoring in poetry, wit, nor invention. I beseech your society.
And thank you too for society, saith the text, is the happiness of life.
Sir, I do invite you too. You shall not say me nay. Away! The gentles are at their game, and we will to our recreation.
I am coursing myself. They've pitched a toil. I am toiling in a pitch. Pitch that defiles. Defile. A foul word. Well, sit thee down, sorrow. So they say, the fool said, and so say I. And I the fool. Well proved wit. Devil! By the Lord, this love is as mad as Ajax. It kills sheep. It kills me. I, a sheep. Well proved again to my side. I will not love. If I do, hang me. Faith. I will not. Oh, but her eye. By this light, if it were not for her eye, I would not love her. Yes, for her 2 eyes. Well, I do nothing in the world but lie, and lie in my throat. By heaven, I do love, and it hath taught me to rhyme and be melancholy. And here is part of my rhyme, and here my melancholy. Well, she'd one of my sonnets already. The clown bore it, the fool sent it, the lady hath it. Sweet clown, sweeter fool, sweetest lady. Oh, by the world, I would not care a pin if the other 3 were in. Look, here comes one with a paper. I me! Shot by heaven. Proceed, sweet Cupid, in faith. Secrets.
So sweet a kiss the golden sun gives not to those fresh morning drops upon the rose, as does thy eye beams when their rays have smote the night of dew that on my cheek down flows. Nor shines the transparent moon 1/2 so bright to the transparent bosom of the deep, as does thy face. And tears of mine give light, shinest in every tear that I do weep. But do behold the tears that swell in me, and they thy glory through my grief will show. But do not love thyself, then thou wilt keep my tears for glasses and still make me weep. Oh, Queen of Queens, how far dost thou excel? No thought can think, nor tongue mortal tell. How will she know my griefs? I'll drop the letter. Ooh, sweet leaf, shade folly, who goes there? What? Longaville and reading? Listen here.
Now by thy likeness, one more fool appear.
I am forsworn!
In love I hope, sweet fellowship, in shame.
I fear these stubborn lines lack power to move. Oh, sweet Maria, empress of my loves. Did not the heavenly rhetoric of thine eye, against whom the world cannot hold argument, persuade my heart to this false perjury? Vows for thee broke deserve not punishment. A woman I forswore, but I will prove thou being a goddess, I forswore not thee. My vow was earthly, thou a heavenly love. Thy grace being gained cures all disgrace in me. Vows are but breath, and breath a vapor is. Then thou fair sun that on my earth doth shine, exhales this vapor vow. In thee it is. If broken then, it is no fault of mine. If by me broke, what fool is not so wise to lose an oath to win a paradise? By whom shall I send this? Company, stay.
Oh, most divine Kate! By heaven, the wonder in a mortal eye, as upright as the cedar, as fair as day. Oh, that I had my wish!
I had mine! Amen, so I had mine.
Oh, I would forget her, but a fever she reigns in my blood and will remembered be. Once more, I'll read the ode that I have writ. On a day, alack the day, love whose month is ever May, spied a blossom, passing fair, playing in the wanton air. Through the velvet leaves the wind, all unseen, can passage find. That the lover, sick to death, wished herself the heaven's breath. But, alack, my hand is sworn, ne'er to pluck thee from thy thorn. Do not call it sin in me, that I am forsworn for thee.
Dumaine! Thy love is far from charity, that in love's grief desirous society. You may look pale, but I would blush, I know, to be o'erheard and taken napping so.
Sorry, you blush! You chide at her, offending twice as much as her. Your case is such. You do not love Maria, Longaville? Oh, did never sonnet for her sake compile? I have been closely shrouded in that bush, and marked you both, and for you both did blush. You would for paradise, big faith, and troth, and Jove, for your love, would infringe an oath. Oh, what will Berowne say when he shall hear faith infringed with zeal did swear? How will he scorn? How will he spend his wit? How will he triumph, leap, and laugh at it? Shameful, shameful.
Now step I forth to whip hypocrisy.
Oh!
Good heart! What grace hast thou thus to reprove these worms for loving, that art most in love? Eyes do make no coaches. In your tears, there is no certain princess. Hey, you'll not be perjured. 'Tis a hateful thing. Tush! None but jesters like of sonneting. Hey, are you not ashamed? No, are you not, all three of you, to be thus much overshot?
Too bitter is thy jest. Are we thus betrayed to thy overview?
Not you to me, but I betrayed by you. I that am honest. I that hold it sin to break the vow I am engaged in. I am betrayed by keeping company with those like you, full of inconstancy. When shall you see me write a thing in rhyme? When shall you hear that I shall praise a hand, a foot, a face, an eye, a gait, a state, a brow, a breast, a waist, a leg, a limb? God bless
What present hast thou here?
Some certain treason.
What makes treason here?
Nay, it makes nothing, sir.
If it mar nothing neither, the treason and you go away in peace together.
I beseech your grace, let this letter be read. Our person misdoubts it. 'Twas treason, she said.
Berowne, read it over. She a light wench. Where hadst thou it?
Of Costard.
Where hadst thou
I've
it?
done.
Take your time.
I don't know.
What? What is that now? Why dost thou fear it?
Toy! My liege, Toy, your grace needs not fear it.
It didn't move him to passion, and therefore let's hear it!
Oh my God!
Give it.
You're gonna die. You're gonna die like that.
It is Berowne's writing. And here is his name!
We're so loggerhead, you were born to do me shame! Guilty, my liege. Guilty. I confess.
What?
She, he, and you, my liege. And you and I are pick purses in love, and we deserve to die. Dismiss this audience, and I shall tell you more.
Hence, sirs, away.
Walk aside the true folk and let the traitors stay.
Hey, no!
What? Did these rent lines show some sign of thy love?
Did they? Quoth you, who sees not the heavenly Rosaline, dares look upon the heaven of her brow, and is not blinded by her majesty.
What? Are we not all in love?
Nothing so sure, and thereby all forsworn.
Then, good Berowne, leave this chat and prove our loving lawful, and therefore our faith not torn.
Ay, Mary, there, some flattery for this evil.
Oh, some authority, how to proceed, some tricks, some bullets, how to cheat the devil.
Some salve for perjury.
Oh, 'tis more than need. Have at thee, then, affections, men at arms. We made a vow to study, lords, and in that vow we have forsworn our books. For when would you, my liege, or you, in leaden contemplation, have found out such fiery numbers as the prompting eyes of beauty's tutors have enriched you with? Love, first learned in another's eyes, lives not alone, immured in the brain, but with the motion of all elements. Courses as swift as thought in every power. For valor is not love. a Hercules. And when love speaks, the voice of all the gods makes heaven drowsy with the harmony. From lovers' eyes, this doctrine I derive. They sparkle still the right Promethean fire. They are the books, the arts, the academes that show, contain, and nourish all the world, else none at all in aught proves excellent. Then fools you were, these women to forswear. Else, keeping what is sworn, you will prove fools. For wisdom's sake, a word that all men love, or for love's sake, a word that loves all men. Let us once lose our oaths to find ourselves, or else we lose ourselves to keep our oaths. It is religion to be thus forsworn, for charity itself fulfills the law, and who can sever love from charity?
Saint Cupid. Then, fuck it, soldiers to the field!
Advance your standards and upon them, Lord!
Now to plain dealings lay these clauses by. Shall we resolve to woo these girls of France?
Aye, and win them too. Therefore, let us devise some entertainment for them in their tents.
First from the park, let us conduct them thither in the afternoon, something the shortness of the time can shape. For dances, masks, revels, and merry hours for run, fair love, strewing her way with flowers.
Away, away, no time shall be omitted. That will the time and by us be fitted.
A Sati squeak sufficient.
Sir, I praise the Lord for you.
Ah.
Your reasons at dinner have been sharp and sententious, pleasant without scurrility, witty without affection. I did converse this quondam day with a companion of the Queen's, whom is called Don Adriano de Armado.
Oh, his humor is lofty, his tongue filed, his eye ambitious, his general behavior odd and ridiculous. He draws out the thread of his verbosity finer than the staple of his argument. I abhor such fanatical phantasms, such insociable and point device companions, such rackers of orthography, as to say doubt, when he should pronounce Daubit. Doubt, when he should pronounce debit. D-E-B-T, not D-E-T.
Thou stale bone intelligo. Videsne quis venit.
Video at Deo.
Chira!
Quore chira, not sirrah.
Men of peace, well encountered.
Men of peace, well encountered. Our most military, sir, salutation.
They have been at a great feast of languages and stolen the script.
Oh, they've lived long on the alms basket of words. I marvel your master does not mean thee for word, for you are not so warped by the head as honor efficata tudinatibus.
Monsieur, are you not lettered?
Yes, yes, he teaches the alphabet. What is A, B spelled backward with the horn on its head?
Ah, with an added horn.
Most silly sheep!
Squeeze, thou consonant!
Now by the salt wave of the Mediterranean, a sweet touch, a quick venue of wit, it rejoiceth my intellect, true wit.
And I had but 1 penny in the world, thou shouldst have it to buy gingerbread. Hold. Go to, here is the very remuneration. I had a thou hast it dunghill at the fingers' ends, as they say.
Oh, I smell false Latin. Dunghill for illume.
Artsman, preambulate. Sir, it is the Queen's most sweet pleasure and affection to congratulate the Princess in the posteriors of the day, which the rude multitude call the afternoon.
Yeah, the posterior of the day, sir, I assure you, is well cold, measurable, liable for the afternoon. The word is nice, well, sweet, and apt. I do assure you, sir. I do assure. Sir.
Sir.
I assure you.
Sir.
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 It is the Queen's most sweet pleasure and affection. And she is my close, familiar, and I do assure you, very good friend. Some certain special honors it pleaseth her greatness to impart to Armado, a soldier, a man of travel, who hath seen the world. But let that pass. The very all of all is, and sweethearts, I do implore secrecy, that the Queen would have me present the princess with some delightful show or pageant or antic. Now, understanding that the curate and your sweet self are good at such eruptions and sudden breaking outs of mirth, as it were, I have acquainted you withal to beg your assistance.
Sir, you'll present before her the nine worthies.
No!
I say none so fit as to present the nine worthies.
Where will you find men worthy enough to present them?
Oh. Joshua yourself. This gallant gentleman, Judas Maccabeus. The swain, yes, because of his good, a limb or joint shall pass as Pompey the Great. The page shall pass as backflip. Hercules! Hercules.
And what of the rest of the worthies?
I will play three myself.
Nice, worthy gentlemen.
Via, good men Dahl, thou hast not spoken a word all this while.
Nor understood none neither, sir.
Allons, we will employ thee.
Oh, I'll make one a dancer, so here, hold thy beer. I'll play on the tabor and let the worthies dance the hay.
Most Dahl, honest Dahl,
Right.
to our sport, away!
A lady walled about with diamonds! Look you what I have from the loving queen.
Madam, give nothing else along.
Nothing but this? Yes, as much love in rhyme as would be crammed up in a sheet of paper. Right on both sides, the leaf, margin, and all, that she was made to seal on Cupid's name.
Well, that was the way to make this godhead wax, for he had been 5,000 years a boy.
Aye, and a shrewd, unhappy gallows, too.
Nay, you'll never be friends with him. He killed your sister.
Okay. He made her melancholy, sad, and heavy, and so she died. Had she been light like you, of such a merry, nimble, stirring spirit, she might have been a grand dame ere she died. And so may you, for a light heart lives long.
We need more light to find your meaning out.
You'll mar the light by taking it in snuff. Therefore, I'll, darkly end the argument.
What you do it still in the dark.
So do not you, for you are a light wench.
Stop on Rosaline! You have a favorite too. Who sent it? And
Nay, I have verses too, I think, of Berowne. I were the fairest goddess on the ground. Oh, I am compared to 5,000 fairs. Oh. He hath drawn my picture in his letter.
Oh, anything like?
Much in the letter, nothing in the praise.
But, Katherine, what was sent to you from fair Dumaine?
Madam, this glove.
Did she not send you twain?
And moreover, some 1,000 verses of a faithful lover.
A huge translation of hypocrisy, vilely compiled. Profound simplicity.
This and these pearls did Longaville send me. The letter's too long by half a mile.
I think no less. Dost thou not wish in part the chain were longer and the letter short?
Aye, I would, that these hands might never part.
We are wise girls to mock our lovers, so.
They are worse fools to purchase mocking so. That same Berowne I'll torture ere I go. Oh, that I knew he written by the week, how I'd make him fawn and beg and seek, and await the season and observe the times, and spend his wits in prodigal rhymes, and shape his service wholly to my Hess, and make him proud, to make me proud that dress.
Oh, I am stabbed with laughter. Woo! Where's her grace?
Thy news, Boyet?
Oh, prepare, madam, prepare. Love does approach. Under the cool shade of a sycamore, I thought to rest my eyes some half an hour, when lo, to interrupt my purposed rest, toward that shade I might behold at rest the queen and her companions. Warily, I stole into a bush nearby, and overheard that by and by, disguised, they will come here. They are apparelled ridiculously with their purpose is to parley, to court, and dance, and every one their love people advance into their several mistress, which they'll know, by favor several which they did bestow.
Ah, and will they so? The gallants shall be tasked. For ladies, we will everyone be masked. And not a one of them shall have the grace, despite of suit, see a lady's face. Hold, Rosaline, this favor thou shalt wear, and then the queen will court thee for her dear. Oh, take thou this, my sweet, and give me thine. So shall Berowne take me for Rosaline. And change you favors too, so shall your loves be contrary, deceived by these removes.
But in this changing, what is your intent?
The effect of my intent is to cross theirs. They do it but in mockery and merriment, and mock for mock is only my intent.
But shall we dance if they desire us to it?
No. To the death we will not move a foot, nor to their pen speech render we no grace, but while to spoke, each turn away her face.
Why, that conceit would kill the speaker's heart, and quite divorce his memory from his part.
Therefore I do it, and I make no doubt the rust will never come in if he be out. There's no such sport as sport by sport overgrown. To make theirs ours, and ours none but our own. So shall we stay, mocking intended game, and they, well mocked, depart away with shame.
Oh, the maskers come.
Moth!
Oh, hail the precious beauty of the earth! What would these strangers? Know their minds, Boyet. If they do indeed speak our language, then 'tis our will to have some plain man recount their purposes. Know what they would.
What would you with the princess?
Nothing but peace and gentle visitation.
What would they, say they?
Nothing but piss and gentle visitation.
Why, that they have, and bid them so be gone.
She says you have it, and you may be gone.
And said to her, we have traveled many miles to tread a measure with her on the grace.
They say they have traveled many a mile to tread a measure with you on this grass.
To tell her, we measure them by weary steps. Oh, so weary.
She hears herself.
What says to show the sunshine of your face that we may worship it?
My face is but a moon, and clouded too. Play music then.
Stop vibing like a preacher.
Why are you not straight? Will you not dance?
You took the moon at full, but now she's changed.
Yet she is still the moon, and I... the man. What saves some motion?
Our ears vouchsafe it.
Ah, but your legs should do it if you deny to dance. Let us look
in private, then.
I am doing that.
Soft-handed mistress. On sweetware with thee?
Honey and milk and sugar, there is 3.
Nay, then. 2 trays, and if you grow so nice, Nathaniel, what? And Mumsy. Well run, dice. There's half dozen sweets.
7 sweet to do, since you can cog, I'll play no more with you.
Oh, 1 word in secret?
Let it not be sweet.
Ah, that brews my gall.
Gall? Bitter.
Therefore, meat.
Will you vouchsafe with me to change a word?
Name it.
Fair lady.
Say you so? Fair lord, take that for your fair lady.
Please it you as much in private, and I'll bid adieu.
Oh, what was your vizard made without a tongue? I know the reason, lady, why you ask. Oh, quickly, sir, for that reason I long. You have a double tongue within your mask, and would afford my species figured half. Regard in private when you air, I die. Breathe softly, then.
The tongues of mocking wenches are as keen as is the razor's edge invisible, cutting a smaller hair than may be seen above the sense of sense. So sensible seemeth their conference. Their conceits have wings fleeter than arrows, wind, thought, swifter things.
Not one word more, my maids. Break off, break off.
Aye, by heaven, all dry bitten with pure scoff.
Farewell, mad vengeance.
Will they not, think you, hang themselves tonight, or ever but in visage show their faces? Berowne was out of countenance quite.
They were all lamentable cases. The queen was weeping right for a good word.
Dumaine was at my service and her sword.
Oh.
No point, quoth I, my servant straightens me out. Lord Longaville said I o'ercame his heart.
Well, better wits have worn plain statue caps. But will you hear? The queen is my love sworn.
Oh, and fair Berowne hath plighted faith to me.
Oh. Lord Longaville was of my service. Dumaine was mine as sure as bark on tree.
Madam and pretty mistresses, give ear. Immediately they will again be here in their own shapes, for it cannot be they will digest this harsh indignity. They will return, Lord knows, and leap for joy, though they are laid with blows, therefore change favors, and when they repair, blow like sweet roses in the summer air.
Thought, perplexity, what shall we do if they return in their own shapes to woo?
Madam, if by me you'll be advised, let's mock them still, as well known as disguise. Let us complain what fools were here, disguised in shapeless skiers, and wonder what they were, and to what end their shallow shows and prologue daily been, and in their carriage so ridiculous, to be presented at our tent to us.
Oh! Ladies, withdraw, the gallants are at hand.
God save you, sir, in fair time of day. Where's the princess?
Gone to her tent, so please it your majesty command me any service to her thither.
That she conduct me audience for 1 word.
I will, and so will she, I know, my lord. Knock, knock.
All hail, sweet madam, in fair time of day.
fair and all hail as foul as I conceive.
Construe my speeches better, if you may.
Then wish me better. I will give you leave.
We came to visit you now to purpose it to lead you to our court. Vouchsafe it then?
This field shall hold me, and so hold your vow. Nor God nor I delights in perjured men.
Rebuke me not for that which you provoke. It is the virtue of your eye which must break my oath.
Make me virtue vice, you should have spoke, for virtue's office never breaks men's troth. A world of torments though I should endure, I would not yield to be your house's guest. So much I hate to see a breaking oath to be, of heavenly oaths vowed with integrity.
Oh, you have lived in desolation here. Unseen, unvisited, much to our shame.
Not so, lady. It is not so, I swear. We have had pastimes here in pleasant game. A bunch of Muscovites left us but of late.
Oh, how, madam? Muscovites?
Aye, in truth, lady. Trim gallants full of courtship and of state.
It is not so. Speak true, my lady. My lady, in the manner of the days, in courtesy gives underserving praise. We four confronted were with foreign rustic habit. Here they stayed an hour and talked apace, and in that hour, my lord, they did not bless us with one happy word. I dare not call them fools, but this I think. When they are thirsty, fools would fain have drink.
This jest is dry to me, bittersweet. Your wit makes wise things foolish. Your capacity is of that nature that to your huge store, wise things seem foolish and rich things but poor.
This proves you wise and rich, for in my eyes...
I am a fool and full of poverty. I am yours, and all that I possess.
All the fool mine?
I cannot give you less.
Which one of the vizards was it that you wore?
When? What? Vizard? What? Why demand you this?
What? That there, then this, that superfluous case that hid the worst and showed the better face? We would just cry, they'll mock us now downright.
Let us confess and turn it to a jest.
Amazed, my lady? Why looks your highness sad?
How hold her brow shall swoon. Why look you pale?
Here stand I, lady. Dart thy steel at me. Bruise me with scorn, confound me with a flout. Thrust thy sharp wit quite through my ignorance. Cut me to pieces with thy keen conceit, and I will wish thee never more to dance. Here I protest, henceforth my wooing mind shall be possessed with rustic yeas and honest cursy nose, and to begin, wench, so God help me law. My love to thee is sound, sans crack or flaw.
Sans, I pray.
States are forfeit, seek not to undo us.
It is not so, for how can this be true that you stand forfeit, being those that sue?
Peace, for I will not have to do with you.
Nor shall not if I do as I intend.
Speak for yourselves. My wit is at an end.
Teach us, sweet madam, our rude transgression some fair excuse.
The fairest is confession. Were not you here, but even now disguised?
Madam, I was.
When you were here, what did you whisper in your lady's ear?
That more than all the world I did respect her.
When she shall challenge this, you will reject her. Rosaline, what did the fool whisper in your ear?
Madam, she did swear that she held me as dear as precious eyesight, and did value me above this world, and adding thereto moreover that she would wed me or else die my lover.
How, madam? By my life, my troth, I never swore this lady such an oath.
By heaven you did, and to confirm it plain, you gave me this. But take it again, lady.
My life, my faith, and this I did give the princess. I knew her by this jewel on her sleeve.
Pardon me, sir. This jewel did she wear? And Lord Berowne, I thank him, is my dear. What? Will you have me or your pearl again?
Neither of either. I remit both twain. I see the trick on it. Here was a consent, knowing aforehand of our merriment to dash it like a Christmas comedy. Some carry tale, some please, man, some mumble news, some trencher knights, some dick that smiles their cheek in years and knows the trick to make my lady laugh when she's disposed, told our intents before. And might not you forestall our sport, making us untrue? Do not you know my lady's foot by the squire?
Full merrily hath this career been run.
Oh, lo, they are tilting straight. Peace, I have done.
Our lord! Sir, they would know whether the three worthies should come in or no.
What, are there but three?
No, sir, every one presents 3.
And 3 times thrice is... Art thou one of the worthies?
It pleased them to think me worthy of Pompey the Great, for I know not the degree of the worthy, but I am to stand for him.
Go bid them prepare.
Wrong.
Huh?
They'll shame us. Let them not approach.
Ye are shamed.
I say let them not approach.
Nay, my good lady, let me overrule you now. That sport best pleases, that does least know how. Where zeal strives to content, and the content dies than the zeal of which it presents. Their form confounded makes most form in mirth, when great things laboring perish in their birth.
A right description of our sport, my liege.
Here is like to be a good presence of the worthies. One presents Hector of Troy, the swain Pompey the Great, the parish curate Alexander, Armado's page Hercules, the pennant Judas Maccabeus, and if these 4 worthies in their first show thrive, these 4 will change habits and present the other 5.
There's 5 in the first show?
You are deceived, 'tis not so.
The pedant, the braggart, the hedge priest, the fool, and the boy.
So shut up.
The ship is under sail, and here she comes in.
Poppy, go!
Yeah! Go, Poppy!
I, Pompey, am...
Yeah, you are!
I, Pompey, surnamed, the Big...
The Great!
It is great, sir! Oh, Pompey, surnamed the Great. That often field with targe and shield did make my foe to sweat. Oh, it's so hot. And traveling along the coast, I hear him come by chance and lay my arms before the legs of this sweet lass of France. If your ladyship say things, Pompey, I had done.
Oh, great, thanks, sweet Pompey.
Tis not so much worth. I hope I was perfect. I made little fault in great.
My hat to a halfpenny. Pompey proves the best worthy!
When in the world I lived, I was the world's commander. By east, west, north, and south, I spread my conquering might. My scutcheon plain declares that I am Alexander.
Proceed, good Alexander!
Caesar.
When in the world I lived, I was
Pompey the Great! Bring back Pompey!
Oh my God, no.
What's happening?
Whatever the
I don't know what it is, but I like it.
audience are you?
Judas!
Oh my God.
I am...
Judas! No!
No! Shut! Not Iscariot! Sir, Judas, I am eclipsed. Maccabeus.
Judas Maccabeus Clipped is playing Judas.
Judas, I am. Judas, I will not be put out of countenance.
Because I have no face.
What is this? What is this? What is this?
The face of an old Roman coin scarce seen.
Oh, the pommel of Caesar's pouches!
Shut up! You've put me out of countenance!
Let me be gone, and so adieu, sweet Jude. Nay, what dost thou say?
For the latter end of his name.
Oh, ass to the Jude. Give it to him, Jude, ass.
Jude ass! Jude ass! Jude ass! Jude ass!
This is not generous, not gentle, not humble!
Alight from Mr. Judas, it grows dark, he may stumble.
The omnipotent Mars of lances, the Almighty, gave Hector a gift. Peace. The omnipotent Mars of lances, the Almighty, gave Hector a gift. The heir of Ilion, a man so breathed, yea, certain that it was he would fight from morn until night out of his pavilion. I am that flower. The sweet war man is dead and rotten. Sweet sharks beat not the bones of the berry. When he lived, he was a man, but I will forward with my device. This Hector far surmounted Hannibal. The party is a-gone!
Happy Father's Day, fellow Hector! She is gone! She is 2 months on her way!
What meanest thou?
Oh, she's quick! The child brags in her belly already, 'tis yours!
Where's Maury?
Whoa, dost thou recognize me before potentates? Thou shalt die!
Then Hector be whipped for Jaquenetta, that is quick by him! And hanged for Poppy, that is dead by him! Come here!
Felix approaches!
By the North Pole!
I will not fight with a pole like a northern man! I'll slash! I'll do it by the sword! Pray you, let me borrow my arms again! Poppy!
I'll go do you want him love. You gotta hit him. Throw your whole leg.
And soldiers, I will not combat in my shirt.
You may not deny it. Pompey hath made the challenge.
Sweet bloods, I both can and will.
What reason have you for it?
I have no shirt.
Shut up! Coward! God save you, madam!
Welcome, Marcade. But that thou interruptest our merriment.
I'm sorry, madam, but the news I bring is heavy in my tongue. The king, your father,
Dead. For my life.
Even so, my tale is told.
Worthies, away. The scene begins to cloud.
I, for one, breathe free breath. I have seen the error of my ways and will right myself with the discretion of a soldier. Hereby.
How fares your majesty?
Boyet, prepare. I will away tonight.
Madam, not so. I do beseech you stay.
Prepare, I say! Thank you, gracious lords, for all your fair endeavors and entreat out of a new sad soul that you vouchsafe in your rich wisdom to excuse or hide the liberal opposition of our spirits. Over boldly we have borne ourselves in the converse of breath. Your gentleness was guilty. Farewell, worthy lady. A heavy heart fears not a humble tongue. Excuse me for coming too short of things, but my great suit so easily obtained.
Yet, since love's argument was first on foot, let not the cloud of sorrow jostle it. From what it purposed, to wail friends lost is not by much so wholesome profitable as to rejoice in friends newly found.
I understand you not, my griefs are doubled.
Honest, Plain words best pierce the ear of grief, and by these badges, understand the plea. For your fair sakes have we neglected time, played foul play with our oaths. Our love being yours, the error that love makes is likewise yours. We to ourselves prove false, by being once false, forever to be true to those that make us both. Fair ladies, you.
We've received your letters full of love, and favors the ambassadors of love, and in our maiden council rated them. Pleasant jest, courtesy, and friendship as both vast and lining for the time.
Our letters, madam, showed much more than jest.
So did our looks. We did not quote them so.
Now in this latest minute of the hour, grant us your loves.
The time we think too short to make a world without end bargain. If for my love, this shall you do for me. Go with speed. Remote from all the pleasures of the world, there stay until the 12 celestial nights have brought about the annual reckoning. This austere, insociable life change not your favor made in the heat of blood, that it bear this trial and last love, then at the expiration of the year, come challenge me by these deserts, by this virgin palm now kissing thine. Will be thine. If thou do deny, let our hands part, neither entitled in the other's heart.
If this or more than this I would deny, to flatter up these towers of mine with rest, the hand of death pulls up mine eye. Hence, hermit then, my heart is in thy breast.
But what to me, my love? But what to me? A wife?
Happiness, fair health, and honesty. With threefold love, I wish you all these three.
Oh, shall I say, I thank you, gentle wife?
Not so, my lady. A 12-month and a day, I'll mark no words that smooth-faced wooers say. When the pain doth to my lady come, then if I have much love, I'll give you some.
I'll serve thee true and faithfully till then.
Yet swear not, lest ye be forsworn again.
What says Mariah?
No. At 12 months' end, I'll change my black gown for a faithful friend. I'll stay with patience, for the time is long. The liker you, few taller are so young.
Studies, my lady. Mistress. Welcome me. Behold the window of my heart, mine eye with humble suit tends thy answer there. Impose some service on me for thy love.
Oft I have heard of you, my lord Berowne, before I saw you, and the world's large tongue proclaims you to be a man replete with mocks. To win me, if you please, without the which I am not to be won, you will, for this 12-month term, from day to day, visit the speechless sick and converse with groaning wenches, and your task shall be, with the fierce endeavor of your wit, to impote the plainted impotent to smile.
To move wild laughter in the throat of death. Cannot be. It is impossible. Mirth cannot move a soul in agony. A 12-month. Well, befall what will befall, I'll jest a 12-month in a hospital.
I, sweet my lady. So I take my leave.
Our wooing does not end like an old play. Jack hath not chill. These ladies' courtesy might well have made our sport a comedy.
Come, sir. It wants 12 months and a day, then 'twill end.
That's too long for a play.
I will kiss thy royal finger and take leave. I am a votary. I have sworn to Jaquenetta to hold the plow for her sweet love these 3 years. But, gentles, would you hear the dialogue composed by the 2 wise men in honor of the owl and the cuckoo? It should have followed after our show.
Go ahead.
When daisies pied and violets blew, and cuckoo buds of yellow hue, the cuckoo then on every tree mocks married folk, for thus sings he cuckoo, cuckoo, cuckoo. Hang by the wall, and milk comes frozen home in pail. When blood is nipped and ways be foul, the nightly sings the staring owl to wit, to wit,
The words of Mercury are harsh after the songs of Apollo. You that way, we this way.